And welcome back to Jonesboro. We're at halftime, where it's Arkansas State taking on Middle Tennessee State in the regular season finale for these two Sun Belt Conference teams. We're now joined by Middle Tennessee State Athletic Director Chris Massaro. First of all, Chris, thanks for joining us here at halftime. And how about this? Your football team is playing here basically for the Sun Belt Championship.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here for the Sun Belt title. Given last year, we've had the best turnaround in terms of wins of any team in America, and so it's really great for us, and we're thrilled for our players and coaches.
Yeah, talk about this turnaround. I mean, you had 2 wins last year, 2-10, now 8-3, 6-1 in the Sun Belt. And just talk about the outstanding job that head coach Rick Stockstill has done this year.
But you know, every decision he made in the offseason came up A+. I mean, from hiring a new strength and conditioning coordinator to having 2 offensive line coaches, bringing in Tyrone Nix for the defense, and just a daily process of trying to get better. And he always believed in the kids. Even last year, he says, we're a good football team, we'll get it. And so he always had that fundamental belief.
And this team lost Benny Cunningham to an injury earlier this year. In fact, 9 guys that started in week 1 for the Blue Raiders this year are not playing today, yet still you guys have a shot at winning a conference championship. Just talk about how the team has bought in and been so resilient in the character they've shown this year.
Well, as much as anything, as any team I've ever been around, that this team shows that unity, and it is the next man up type spirit. Because, you know, losing Benny Cunningham, I mean, he was one of the best playmakers in the country, let alone in the conference, and then to see Jordan Parker just step right into that role and have the kind of success he's had, and that's sort of permeated all the way through our team. And here we've won 4 straight games, and we're ready to play for the championship.
And let's talk about the facilities at Middle Tennessee State and how they are improving and getting bigger and better.
Yeah, and that's always a focus of ours. Is we always see what we can do in the off season, and our long-range plan is we want to build an indoor multi-purpose facility for football and all of our other sports, and put an indoor track around it. And when we do that, we will have our facilities will be top drawer.
Well, it's not just football season. It's December 1st, right in the middle of the football-basketball overlap. And how about the Blue Raider men's and women's basketball teams so far this year, out to starting the season?
Yeah, and I'm really proud of both. And our women's have lost 2 overtime games. One was at Iowa. We lost. They threw in a 3-pointer to tie it at the end and lost in overtime. And then this week we lost a heartbreaker at Tennessee in overtime. And so we'll get that stuff straightened out and become a national player in March. And our men's team's only lost 1 game this far, and that was at Florida. We're coming off a 27-7 team, and I think that we'll be a player in the conference race as well.
One more question, back to football. I mean, it's halftime. You're 1 half away from winning a Sun Belt Conference championship in football. What would that mean to you and to this university if they pull it off today?
Well, I think it'll mean a great deal. I mean, we've won 2 Sun Belt titles, but they've been shared titles. So this would be our first outright title, and that would mean a great deal to us. And we'd hang that banner proudly. And believe me, we'll make room for that trophy on the bus on the way home.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us here at halftime. Best of luck to your teams the rest of the athletic season, and happy holidays to you.
Thanks. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everything you guys do for us.
All right. That's Chris Massaro, Athletic Director at Middle Tennessee State University. Well, take a timeout. We'll have more from Jonesboro at halftime in just a moment. You're watching college football on ESPN3. And welcome back to halftime here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Arkansas State football taking on Middle Tennessee State's football team here for the Sun Belt Conference Championship. And now at halftime, we're joined by Arkansas State Athletic Director Terry Mahajer. First of all, thanks for joining us here at the half. And great things happening for your football team here this year as well.
Well, absolutely. We're so excited for our coaches and kids. They've had a great year, and hopefully they take care of business today.
You're also the brand new athletic director here at Arkansas State University. It's your alma mater. You played here. You graduated from here. You were in Kansas City working at the University of Kansas. Now you're back here at your alma mater. Just talk about how big of a thrill this is for you personally to come back home.
Well, my first 2 months here has been absolutely exciting and just invigorating, and just seeing how much this town has exploded in Jonesboro and how great this university is, and the leadership and the state support has been phenomenal.
And right when you were named the new athletic director at ASU, it was announced that the ASU football program is going to have a $22 million facility project going on in the end zone. To talk about that project and when we can expect that to be done.
Well, we're looking to have it done before fall of 14, and it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility. And in my previous institution that I worked at, we built one, and this will be as nice, if not better than that. So it's fantastic. It's going to be on the same level, facility operation-wise, as any school in the country.
Back to football for Arkansas State, having a great season, as we said, 8-3 on the year. You haven't lost since mid-October, 6-1 in the Sun Belt. Talk about head coach Gus Malzahn. He got here a few months before you got here, but just talk about what you like best about him as a coach and as a person.
Well, first of all, he's a very spiritual guy, which we love, and he's got a lot of faith, which is great when you're playing football. And also, we just love the way he runs his offense and the team and the discipline the guys have. It's, talking to people around the country before I took the job, I talked to some of because I used to coach football too, saying his offense is very hard to defend, and we got the nice, good passing attack plus a good, strong running game, and so I've been thoroughly impressed. And we got the running game going about I think it was like week 4 or 5, and things have been good ever since. So.
We're talking with Arkansas State Athletic Director Terry Mahajer, and we're at halftime at the Arkansas State-Middle Tennessee State football game here on ESPN3. Let's talk a little bit about Arkansas State men's basketball. Of course, it's December 1st. We're right in the heart of the football-basketball overlap. Just talk about the men's basketball team at ASU.
Yeah, well, John Brady's our head coach. John Brady went to the Final Four at a previous institution, so we're thrilled to death to have him, and he's doing a good job. He's recruiting. He took over a program that had some APR issues and gotten that cleared up, and he's really been able to recruit his own kids now in the program. They've bought in, and I can see they're getting better every week, and we're just thrilled to have Coach Brady here.
And also the Arkansas State women's basketball team. They were in action today as we drove to the stadium. Arkansas State's women's basketball team off and running as well.
Yes, Coach Boyer's been here for a while, so he's a vet at Arkansas State and is continuing to recruit and just trying to get better every day.
And also Arkansas State baseball. It's never too early to talk about that. The season's going to start up here in about 2.5 months. What about the Red Wolves baseball team this year?
Tommy Raffo is one of the most sought after coaches in the country, so we're happy to keep him. We were able to keep him this year with a contract extension, and he is well respected. And some of my baseball friends around the country said you've got a great coach in Coach Raffo, so we're thrilled to death, and we're just trying to give him more resources so he can compete on the national level.
And speaking of resources and facilities, how about at Arkansas State? Got a great football project going on, as we mentioned. Also the Convocation Center, great atmosphere for basketball.
Yeah, it is, and it's people don't. If you've ever been to the Convocation Center and watch a basketball game, it's really fun, and it's only about a 22-year-old facility, and we just put brand new video boards in there, and we continue to enhance it every single day. So and creating a better fan atmosphere.
And speaking of fan atmosphere, how about the great, terrific fan support here at Arkansas State?
That's one thing. When I was a player here, I knew we had good fan support. We had very loyal fans. But I'll tell you this, absolutely no one can argue with me on this. We got the best fan support in this league, in this region. I really do. We have got great fans here. And you know what? They're showing it by the last couple of games by coming out here. We set a conference we set a record this year in the conference by the most attendance, and we're going to continue to get better every year.
All right, well, great having you on here at halftime. Appreciate your time. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you too, man. Right. Thank you.
That's Terry Mahajer, Athletic Director at Arkansas State. We're at halftime in Jonesboro at Liberty Bank Stadium. Arkansas State taking on Middle Tennessee State here in football action. We'll have the second half in just a moment. You're watching college football on ESPN3.